I'm in hibernation mode, but also activation hibernation mode where I'm going to be cozy but moving my body.
Healthy hibernation.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Okay, where we're like cozy, but we're still fit and fabulous.
Yeah, no pressure, no super crazy, but like we're just healthy hibernation, you know?
Hello and happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday, turkeys. How are you doing, Kaylee?
I don't know. I feel like the changing of the season is in the air and it's messing with my chi.
I was
Is
gonna
that cultural
say
appropriation?
no, because it's really all about energy and chi movement, and you get more. That's totally a thing. Changing seasons means your body and your chi changes.
Okay, well, mine is going through a tumultuous change. As they say, my Mercury is in Gatorade. But we thought, I stole that from a meme. I didn't come up with it. We
That was
thought that
great.
this would be a great time to just talk about changing of the season. And it's fall, y'all. Get out your pumpkin spice, your chai tea lattes, and put on a cozy sweater if you live somewhere that's not 90 fucking degrees. And let's get into it, bros. This podcast was created using Riverside's great studio software. Riverside allows us to record remotely with high quality audio and video tracks. We use Buzzsprout.com as our podcast hosting platform. Buzzsprout allows us to schedule our episodes and distribute them to all the different places that people listen. Click our affiliate links in the show notes to find out more and to help support our show. P.S. Each purchase through our affiliate link gives us a small commission at no cost to you. Thanks, and let's get back to the show.
Put on your knee-high boots and your what are those hats that everyone wears that are annoying because everyone wears them?
There's
The
a specific
quintessential.
hat?
Oh yeah, you know the white
Not
girls
a
who wear the
Nashville
hat.
hat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
fucking Nashville hats. I thought you meant a beanie.
No. You know, like all
Ugh.
the girls with their knee-high boots and the jeans and the hat and the tan colors at the pumpkin patch.
Yeah.
Like, look at me on Instagram.
Yeah, just like those. Well, gather up your pumpkins, boys and girls. Pour yourself a bowl of chili. Tear out those Ugg boots. Maybe if you still have some toe socks, we're going to make it real cozy in here. And set an intention for the new season with a new energy. Channel our new chi.
Ooh, I like that.
It's coming. Okay. But for real, I did a little nerd alert research. Are you ready for it?
I am.
Kayla might already know this, but I didn't. So I've always heard like summer solstice, winter solstice, autumn equinox, spring equinox. What the fuck does that mean? I didn't know. So I did myself a little Google, and I will try to cite my sources because it feels like the right thing to do. According to Country Living, okay, that's where I learned all this from. They did a little article to explain this for my dumb brain. So if any of this is wrong, you go after them, not me. And basically, you have a autumn equinox and a spring equinox. So like they're opposites. And then you have a a summer and a winter solstice. And they're each other's opposites. And it all has to do with like where the sun and the moon go. But I guess at the equinox point, it's supposed to be somewhat equal day and night light. So now at this point, this is the tipping point as we're recording this, where our days are going to start to get shorter and our nights are going to get longer, at least up here in our hemisphere. And that will happen until the winter solstice, when I believe that is when the days start to get longer again. And then they go back to being equal at the spring equinox. And then we go to summer solstice, and then they start to shorten again.
That makes sense. Like the solstices are the peaks of either the longest day or the shortest day, and then what was the equinox is when they're even?
Yeah, equinox equal. That's like an
Yep,
easy way to remember it ish.
makes
It's not going
sense.
to be exact depending on where you live in the northern hemisphere, but I don't know. I just thought that was a little fun fact. And another fun fact is because we're recording this ahead of time, tonight is actually the night of the full moon, the harvest moon.
Ooh, what
Ba,
is the
ba,
difference between?
ba. It has something to do with a full moon that's closest to the autumn equinox means that it's going to appear larger in the sky. It's cloudy as fuck here, so I'm not going to get to enjoy it. But that's why. There's something about like the way that the light refracts on the horizon line that the full moon at this time of the year as it rises looks the biggest. And it's
Hmm,
the one that's closest to the autumn equinox that we call the harvest moon.
interesting.
So the people in healthcare, they be crazy.
Yes. And if anyone has their period right now, you're really aligned with the
It's been
moons.
horrid. It's been like, do you want to know what else? That motherfucker came 1 week early. It's like my body said, we are going to bleed on the harvest moon. And by God, we are.
That's kind of cool. It's like you're connected.
It'd be cool if it was a week late. Well, maybe not. That might have freaked me out.
Yeah.
But 7 days early was not a surprise that I had wanted. All
True.
right. But anyway, people, it is officially autumn. It is fall. If you're a spooky season gal, this is the time. And with that, we just wanted to say goodbye to hot girl summer. Did you have a hot girl summer? I didn't.
I had a hot mom summer. I was just sweating, trying to figure out my life. Not looking too cute, but I'll call it a hot mom summer for me.
Can we call it a? I almost wanted to say Mothman. That's not. That's stupid. A a milf milfy summer. A wait, you just finished up magnificent milf summer,
Ooh, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it.
right? Right. Where we are pregnant and about to conceive, and our boobies are big. I like that you're pregnant in the summer. It's like the time of new birth. I guess that's spring. You were kind of pregnant in the spring ish.
Yeah, I gave birth closer to like the transition from spring to summer. So I kind of entered the summer into my milfy mode.
Oh my god, you are such a earth mother.
I'm so
I'm trying to
grounded.
I'm trying to think if I had a hot girl summer. I went to Europe. That feels like a hot girl summer thing to do.
You discovered Aperol spritzers? I think that's a really hot girl summer thing.
Aperol spritz, the drink of the season. How could I forget? Well, listen, we are saying goodbye, so long, and sayonara to the Aperol spritzes, and I am now welcoming exclusively bourbon and stouts.
Ooh, and
That's all I will be
PSLs?
drinking. Yes, but in the alcohol world, it will be dark beer, dark liquor, and red wine. That means I have to wait until next spring to drink my white wines. It's a rule
Is it really?
for me.
I can get behind that.
So, as we think about fall, I don't know. I'm kind of jumping ahead by calling it a witchy woman winter, but I sort of I'm trying to prepare maybe an ostentatious autumn.
That's good.
That's
I
what I'm
like that.
setting up for. Um, what else was I trying to say? Oh, I know. I was making notes to myself about the energy I wanted to bring to this new season. And I also said as we enter the Burr months that we wanted to celebrate being thick with two C's and ready for hibernation by being cozy and eating our berries like an October. Did you do that when you were a kid?
Oh my gosh. No, I didn't. That's the first time I ever heard that.
I think we all brought like bears to kindergarten or something.
I don't
I
remember
could
that.
I could definitely um what's it channel? I could definitely channel some October energy.
I like it. Me
Although I
too.
don't really want to put on all the weight that I would need to hibernate for winter because Mama doesn't want to buy new pants.
Same. I'm trying to get back down to my other pants. So I'm in hibernation mode, but also activation hibernation mode where I'm going to be cozy but moving my body.
Healthy hibernation.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Okay, where we're like cozy, but we're still fit and fabulous.
Yeah, no pressure, no super crazy, but like we're just healthy hibernation, you know?
Okay. Also, in my pre-witchy woman winter that I'm preparing for, here's my also general thoughts of the energy I would like to bring. To be fair, I typed this morning. There's no telling if I was awake or not. Witchy woman winter, where we get ready for winter solstice by being spooky and offending the sensibilities of our Quaker-like friends.
Wait, can you repeat that? Because I, it's hard for me to process.
Okay, I do it again for you. In this witchy woman winter, where we get ready for the winter solstice by being spooky and offending the sensibilities of our Quaker like friends,
I like that. But what does
right?
Quaker like friends mean to you?
So, like back in the witch times where the Quakers didn't like them, they were like the prudes of the witches at Salem.
Oh, I didn't know that was the terminology because I only.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like the prudish Christians that were the Quakers. No singing, no dancing, probably only missionary.
I got you.
I
Following
didn't want to
now.
call them my conservative friends because not all of my conservative friends are squares. So I went for just the ones that like to act like Quakers.
Okay, cool. I like it.
Next, Witchy Woman Winter, where we find a shady hollow in the glen of a forest and hide away from the rest of the world. Because I just feel
Ooh.
like things are weird in the air, and I'm really channeling this energy of wanting to like build a house off the grid.
I feel like the spookiness is in the air in all capacities of life, not just because it's Halloween. And I feel like the vibes are like, find your own. Go with the wind, wild woman.
Yes.
Build on some land and get away from
Yes.
everything. Yeah.
That is exactly it. And I think it's also that every fall I get excited about the changing of the leaves and I just want to go to the mountains and have a fire. And this year we're talking about like buying some land somewhere up in the mountains. So I'm just really feeling this idea of having like my own little tucked away place to do potions, which brings me to my next theme of this witchy woman winter where we make potions from herbs and use the earth to heal ourselves instead of constantly taking Tylenol.
Okay, Miss Herby woman. I just took some herbs today. I
I
love my
didn't.
herbs.
We're gonna have to put on the radar that you educate us about herbs because I don't know any of them. But this is again, I'm setting the intention of what I want to channel for this season.
I love it. I,
Okay.
yep.
Kayla had no idea I was preparing all of this, so
I
I'm
did not.
freaking her out. All
Shocked.
right. In this witchy woman winter, where there's a little bit of glitter, a little bit of magic, a little bit of darkness, and just a little bit of mystery.
You should write a poem out of these.
Right? I thought this was good. I haven't looked at it since I wrote it. I was afraid it was going to be trash. I'm surprising myself. Oh, but then I also just said that in general, I like the idea of a powerful woman sort of lurking on the outskirts of mainstream society and popping up and being unexpected.
I love that.
Thank you.
Owning your shit.
Yeah, and being like a little spooky about it. Thus my snake earrings. Um, oh, also, as we previously mentioned, ostentatious autumn. And we did already talk about this, but this fits in perfectly because we have something a little bit spicy brewing in the air. And I think it's really going to channel some of the rage and vengeance energy that we've been harboring. So now we have an outlet for it. And last but not least, I am trying to not have a flapjack fall where I lay around too much and get overcooked on one side.
Oh my God. That's where the healthy hibernation comes in.
Yes, because I thought of this morning as I woke up and I laid on one side of my arm for too long and I got like a kink in my collarbone. Like it hurt when it's
I
still a
know
little
what you're
sore.
talking about when you sit funny and then it's like all getting crinched right there.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well, that was like a declaration to uh, welcome the season. I love that.
I know. So if anybody wants to join us in our witchy woman winter, please tell us what it means to you. And if you want to set your intention for the new season, let us know. Kayla and I have already been inhibiting. No, Kayla and I have already been implementing some new habits, some new healthy habits. So we figured we would just sort of like use this as an accountability space and then also just include it as we set our intention for this new season. Because I don't know about you, Kayla, but I just feel invigorated every time we have like a change.
Yes, I agree. And I do think it comes back to what you said about chi. I cannot believe you just said chi. Because in herbs, I'm just shocked. What's happening over here? Sorry, phone is on do not disturb, but it's obviously not disturbing me. But I wanted to real quick before we if we talk about our healthy habits, because to follow through with your chi thing, you know how we have like a yin and yang self, we have like a feminine masculine self. So I just pulled up this thing because my words aren't as they don't produce what I'm trying to say sometimes. So I'm going to just read what I have pulled up. And it says, this is like Western medicine, Chinese medicine stuff. Fall is the beginning of the yin cycle when the daylight lasts less than 12 hours. It's a time of harvest when we gather the colorful fruits and vegetables for winter storage. Healthy hibernation. Pumpkins and squashes are symbols of bounty. Blah, 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 blah. According to Oriental medicine, the season of autumn is associated with the element of metal, which governs organization, order, communication, mind, setting limits, and protecting boundaries. It's a good time to finish projects that you began in the spring and summer, which we've been cultivating some ideas this summer, which I'm very excited about, and harvesting the bounty of your hard work. It's also the perfect time to begin more introspective indoor projects. One last thing, because I think this is interesting. All right.
I'm
During the
shook.
I
I have
know.
so many comments. I'm trying to remember them.
Okay, one more little quick spiel. During the summer, which is ruled by the fire element, which makes sense. It's like go, 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 hot summer months. We deal more with the external, traveling, playing outdoors, blah, blah, blah. Fall, on the other hand, is a time of organizing your life for the winter season ahead and coming more inside your body and mind to reflect on your life.
Healthy hibernation.
Yeah, dude.
I'm freaked out that we didn't pre-plan this and everything is hidden.
I know.
I just got like a full body tingle.
I got some tingles too on my arm.
Because when you said talking about cultivating our inner growth, I have been doing morning pages as my new practice that I'm implementing this fall for journaling every morning / having creative space, free space. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
I love that. I love that. That's so introspective of you.
And we're getting organized and we have been cultivating things all summer and now we're harvesting them on Halloween to be exact. Bro. I also think that it's really interesting that there must just be some part of me that intuitively knows that squashes are like the food of this season because I do try to eat seasonally. I think part of it is that I just have an obsession with celebrating and like recognizing that there's a change because otherwise 365 days are too much the same for me. Um, but dude, I'm like, I have a pot roast on the menu for tomorrow. I've been turning the air conditioning down more because Florida's trying to fuck with me about what season it actually is. And I do, man, I like stuffed squash and like red meat and oh.
It's so true because we like instinctively like that. And it's like the smells and the comfort and the coziness of those types of foods embody the season of like fall and winter. But actually, like your body, your physical body is also like needing a little bit more nourishment in those like warming foods. It's just like what we talked about with postpartum. You need warming foods in those first 40 days. It's kind of the same thing seasonally. Like you don't need those in the summer. It's more like light fruit, stuff like that. Whereas the summer, I mean, excuse me, the fall and winter seasons, it's like squash, pot roasts, soups, stuff like that.
Man, chili season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love chili.
Dude, I'm so glad that you read that. Kayla's here for all of
Woo woo
our
things.
herbal. Yes. I love them. I just don't take the time to learn about them. So I'm happy that you bring them to the table. Perfect timing. Well, this all fits in perfectly because one, we're getting organized and we're setting a plan for what we want to do so we have a clear intention for ourselves. And two, in our healthy hibernation, we are going to be focusing on our own growth for ourselves through different practices and also being healthy and having some physical goals, which they obviously look a little different because Kayla just gave birth and I don't have an excuse. Yours isn't an excuse. Yours is an explanation. I don't have either. Do you want to tell the
Oh,
people what you've been intentioning?
yes. I've been intentionally trying to take more time for myself as a new mom. That right now looks like, well, let me preface this by saying I don't enjoy doing yoga. I don't like yoga. I'm bad at yoga, even though in my mind it's like, this is easy, but it's like really hard for me. So I've been
It's
doing
hard for
that.
everyone,
I
not
know,
you.
I know, it's true. So even just like a 20-minute video of yoga, even though I'm not good at it, it feels better on my body because I am in the season of like slowing down and not doing like super tough. I used to like do heavy weight lifts and like go really hard in the gym. Now it's more like slowly getting back into things, just strengthening, stuff like that. Um, but it's really nice for my brain just to take 20 minutes and kind of just sit with my body and feel what's happening in my body and like really tune in and tap in because when you have a child and you go to work and you do all these things and your brain's all over the place, it's hard to check in with yourself and say, "Ooh, like I am tense. I am not feeling great here. I need to release this part of my body. Like let's breathe through this." And that's again, that sounds I'm like so woo-woo today, but it's like been super nice. So that has been a big part mentally and physically for me. And then walking because I like to be outside. And thank God it's getting somewhat decently not into the 3-digit degrees here in Texas. So that's been better. And I'm also intentionally trying to read slash audio book it at least like 15 to 30 minutes a day.
I like that. You got a
Yeah.
little spiritual practice, a little physical practice, and then a little like intellectual. It's very body,
Mm-hmm.
mind, and soul of you.
Oh, yeah.
I like it. In a similar vein, I am also trying to work on my like having a spiritual practice. And I've got some things percolating in my head for like a New Year's plan or like for when I do that next round of intention. But for right now, I'm dipping my toe in the water of playing with creativity as a spiritual practice. And that's been really fun. Just having time that I set aside every morning to write 3 pages. This is not my idea. This comes from the book, The Artist's Way, which I can plug in our show notes if people want to check it out. I haven't read it yet, so I can't vouch for everything, but I'm basically dipping my toe in the water of this whole book and whole concept via the podcast Inspired and Tired with Chase in London. I will also plug that in the show notes if people want to check it out. But they kind of have been breaking down each chapter. So I'm kind of like doing a light version of The Artist's Way. And I'm starting off with trying to be intentional about writing 3 pages in my, not huge, but like, normal little notebook thing every morning and using it as creative, just free space. So putting on a little bit of music and then taking that time for myself to do something for my creative brain. And for me, I feel more plugged into just like spirituality in general, I think, when I'm writing. I think that's always been a thing for me and journaling. So that has been really good for me to just not have any rules and not be self-critical and just sort of like blather about whatever is happening that day to sort of set my tone for the day. I am also doing yoga, not, I don't think quite as often as you, but I'm trying to do that at least a couple times a week. Yoga with Adrienne, check her out. She's like the OG on YouTube, and she is the perfect balance of like spiritual and meditation and physically challenging. Like all of it's challenging. And I love doing that. And just trying to be mindful and present and not use podcasts to dissociate myself all day from what I'm doing. Um, and then just trying to stay healthy and eat healthy foods. And I'm rambling a lot right now, but for me, it is riding the line of being strict and being rigid with routines and maintaining healthy habits, but also being soft and cozy like the fall and kind to myself. Where if I do need to take a break and nourish myself and be kind to myself, that I also do that as well. So, kind of the walking that line between like, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to like work out and do something hard, but we're also going to be nice to ourselves if we're not feeling good or if we're not up to it. And what can we do to like feed our soul when it feels like the world around us is draining it?
Yes. When you said that, I was thinking I'm in a motivated yet forgiving season where I'm I have these goals, but like you said, not killing yourself if you don't hit them every day or being so rigid that it's causing more stress than the actual benefit of doing these things. That's always been a struggle for me going like 0 to 100. But knowing even if I do shoot for 100, my brain right now is in a space where it's like, okay, if you only give 70%, at least you went for it. And that is great. That is all we
Mm-hmm.
need. You just need to put in the effort, and whatever number you land at the end of the day, at least you did something, and don't beat yourself up about it.
Yeah. I think for me, that looks like I'm going to work out every day, but giving myself the permission to maybe do a less intense workout if I'm not feeling great. Like my
Mm-hmm.
cramps in my period were horrible this week. And so it was like, okay, we're not going to go for a run or we're not going to go do like a 45-minute bike ride. It's fine if we go out on the back porch and do yoga for 20 minutes. Or, we're going to lift weights, but it's going to be at a slower pace and we're going to use a lighter weight than we normally do. It's fine. So just kind of looking for ways to be kind to myself and imagining like what would I say to somebody else? Because I hold myself to a stupid standard most of the time. So I'm going to try out this whole like gentle gentleness, gentle something. I can't think of the right word. I'm just going to handle myself gently this fall
Yes.
in my healthy
Yes.
hibernation.
Exactly. I love the way that sounds. Yep.
I'm really on this I don't this phrase. Healthy hibernation. The more you know. I was
And
using my hand. If
I
anybody if anybody didn't follow that's listening only, I just want you to imagine that old NBC like star with the rainbow coming across the screen that says the more you know, and then it's usually followed by a PSA of some kind.
reading rainbow. No, I'm kidding. That's living spaces. I don't know what the noise is
No,
now.
reading rainbow was real.
So did living
Reading
spaces take?
rainbow. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
the
They're
different
just
tune.
close.
Sorry, tangent, but what I just thought of, going back to when you said herbs, I'm feeling very herbalicious these days. I pulled out all my herbs because now that I'm not pregnant, I can take them all again. And I have been taking some for my postpartum hair loss that
Okay.
I've experienced a little bit. And then I just realized a very warming herb is bitters, which I'm like, ew, bitters. Why? No, that sounds gross. But, and I know you're familiar with it with like drink world, but I don't know if it's the
I
same
just want
thing.
the listeners to know that my brain immediately said, well, I guess I need to drink an old fashioned every night so I get my daily dose of bitters. I'm an absolute idiot. Keep going.
Well, this in this scenario is I have like a bitter spray or bitter um, drop tincture. That's the word I was looking for. And you take some before dinner or your food, whatever meal you're eating, to warm up and get your digestive juices flowing so that you can digest things easier. So I just realized I have that, and I'm going to start taking that tonight before dinner. I'm going to pop in a couple drops of bitters and digest and warm my body up a little bit more this fall and summer. I mean, fall and winter.
Do you have any other herbs that you can think of on the spot that you want to share with us before we close out? Or an herb company or a social media, someone that people can go to and look at for
Mm-hmm.
more information?
Oh my God. Yes. Thank you for asking. My favorite person who I wish I could be friends with in real life, Organic Olivia, if you're listening. That's her Instagram page. She owns the brand Organic Olivia, where she sells a whole host of herbs, all the way from cough syrup to bitters to probiotics to the other one I was going to say that I've been taking lately because, you know, I'm not in the depths of postpartum anymore, but I do have moments and days that feel very hard, and especially being back at work. So her mood juice and peace juice are superb. You just spray a couple things, or you drop it in some juice or water, and it's all herbs, but it really does. Like, I can feel the difference, and just like it lightens my mood a little bit. I don't feel so like, so Organic Olivia on Instagram. Her podcast is called What's the Juice, and her website is called Organic Olivia, and she has so many good herbs. It's like triple tested, very high quality. Highly recommend. I wish I could be friends with her. She lives in New York. Come hang out with me in Texas, please.
Or let us interview you remotely.
That's true too. Her podcast is so good. Check it out. It's called What's the Juice. We'll link everything in the show notes, as well as Tired and
Inspired and Tired with Chase in
Thank you.
London.
Yep.
And The Artist Way, in case you guys are interested. I'm going to end up bopping about that some more when I actually like dive in the whole way. But like I said, I have already planned out what I'm doing for my winter new habit. I need to calm the fuck down, as is appropriate for fall, and just focus on my ostentatious autumn and what was the other one? My healthy hibernations. But if any of you guys have any intentions that you want to set, please join us. We'll probably be posting here and there just kind of what our morning routine looks like. But as we've done in the past, it will be the honest version of that. So for me, it's going to look like my alarm goes off and I want to pretend like it's a fever dream. And then I get up where my phone is across the room to hit the snooze button. And then I walk all the way back to my bed because I thought that setting my phone across the room would make me get up and get out of bed. Turns out it just doesn't do a whole lot anymore. So, anyway, those are the kinds of things we'll be sharing with y'all as we move forward. I am not here to curate an aesthetically pleasing TikTok. We'll be honest about our sometimes great, sometimes painful journey as we hold ourselves accountable to doing healthy hibernation and not being rigid or a perfectionist about it, because we're going to be gentle women this season.
I love everything about it.
All right, well, I think we've educated you about fall. Maybe not. Kayla has
I
definitely
learned
taught me some
something.
things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I look at us. Look at us.
look at us.
Shout out to Paul Rudd. Okay, anyway, no, this has been great. I'm very excited for fall. Very excited for the weather to follow suit here in the south and feel like fall, which it probably won't until December, but that's okay. Um, at least my mind will be here, and I'll light some fall candles and have a. What do I like to drink? I don't know.
Chai.
No, not really. Maybe
Oh.
I'm gonna find a mocktail or cocktail that incorporates some herbs, and we will post on the socials.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm going to find out if the bitters in my old fashioned are the same as the bitters that we're referencing. If so, that may be my new aperitif.
I love it.
All
It's a
right,
good
my
excuse.
friends. Oh, God, I want to go have a drink. Okay, people. We hope that you've had a good time listening to this episode. We've had a shit ton of fun. Please join us in setting some intentions and being healthy this fall. And yeah, I think that'll be it. But we'll see you next Tuesday.
Sounds good. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.